Most people who try a 30-day core challenge quit by day 8, not because the exercises are too hard, not because life gets in the way, because they're doing the wrong movements, feeling nothing in their core, and wondering why their belly looks exactly the same as it did on day 1. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Crunches and sit-ups do not burn belly fat, and they never have. What they actually do is compress your lumbar spine under load, activate your hip flexors more than your core, and create exactly zero metabolic demand on your body. You're not training your core. You're compressing your L4 and L5 vertebrae and calling it a workout. The core that actually exists on your body is not a six-pack waiting to be uncovered by doing enough reps. It's a cylinder of deep, stabilizing muscle, your transverse abdominis, your multifidus, your obliques, your pelvic floor, that wraps around your spine and keeps it stable under every load your body encounters. When that cylinder is strong, your posture changes, your back stops hurting, your hips work the way they're supposed to, and your metabolism responds to the real demand you're placing on it. This 30-day challenge isn't about grinding out hundreds of reps, it's about 4 movements that actually train the core the way it was designed to function. 3% of the people who start this will still be doing it on day 30. You're going to be one of them. But before we get into the movements, I need to explain one research finding, because once you understand this, you'll never look at a crunch the same way again. And stick with me through movement number 3. It builds the deep anterior core stability that almost every other exercise skips entirely. And it's the reason the people who actually finish this challenge start seeing results faster than they expected. In 2003, Dr. Stuart McGill and his team at the University of Waterloo published research that changed how serious coaches and physical therapists think about core training. His finding was direct. Repeated spinal flexion under load, meaning crunches, sit-ups, any movement where you're bending your spine with resistance, accelerates disc degeneration and increases injury risk over time. The spine was not designed to flex repeatedly under compression. It was designed to resist forces, to stay stable while your limbs move, to transfer power, not absorb it. McGill's protocols focused entirely on anti-movement, teaching the core to brace, stabilize, and resist rather than flex and crunch. Athletes, military personnel, and rehabilitation patients who trained this way consistently showed better performance, less pain, and stronger functional outcomes than those using traditional ab exercises. That is exactly the principle behind these 4 movements. Movement number 1, the dead bug. This is one of the most effective core movements ever developed, and it looks completely unimpressive until you try it correctly, which is why most people dismiss it after 1 set and go back to crunches. Here's how to do it. Lie flat on your back. Press your lower back firmly into the floor. Not arched, not neutral, pressed. Raise both arms straight up toward the ceiling. Bend both knees to 90 degrees with your shins parallel to the floor. From here, slowly lower your right arm overhead toward the floor while simultaneously extending your left leg out until it's just above the floor. Hold for 2 seconds. Return to the start. Then opposite side. Repeat. The key is keeping your lower back pressed into the floor the entire time. The moment it arches, you've lost the movement. That contact point is where the real work happens. Your transverse abdominis has to fire constantly to maintain it. Week 1, 3 sets of 5 reps per side. Week 4, 4 sets of 10 reps per side. Movement number 2, the plank with shoulder tap. A standard plank is fine. A plank with shoulder tap is something else entirely. The moment you lift one hand from the floor, your entire core has to resist rotation. Your obliques fire, your hips fight to stay level, your glutes lock in to stabilize your pelvis, and your deep spinal stabilizers work overtime. It takes a static exercise and makes it dynamic without adding any spinal flexion whatsoever. Here's how to do it. Get into a push-up position. Hands directly under shoulders, body in a straight line from head to feet. Without rotating your hips, this is everything. Lift your right hand and tap your left shoulder. Return it to the floor. Lift your left hand and tap your right shoulder. Return. That's 1 rep. The hips should barely move. If they're swinging side to side, slow down. Control beats speed every single time on this movement. Week 1. 3 sets of 8 taps per side. Week 4, 4 sets of 15 taps per side. Quick question before we go further. How many days have you actually completed on a core challenge before quitting? Drop the number in the comments. I read every single one, and I promise you, day 8 is where almost everyone stops. Movement number 3, the hollow body hold. Gymnasts build the most functional core strength in the world without doing a single crunch. This is one of the primary reasons why. The hollow body hold creates full anterior chain engagement. Every single muscle between your rib cage and your hips fires simultaneously, while keeping a spine that stays long and neutral rather than flexed and compressed. Here's how to do it. Lie flat on your back, press your lower back hard into the floor, extend your arms overhead and your legs out long. Now, using only your core, lift your shoulders and your legs just off the floor. Your lower back stays pressed down the entire time. Your body forms a shallow dish shape. The lower and further out you extend your legs, the harder it becomes. Hold it. Most people can hold this for 10 seconds the first time and feel it everywhere. That is exactly correct. Week 1, 3 holds of 15 seconds. Week 4, 4 holds of 45 seconds. Movement number 4, mountain climbers. This is the movement that brings your heart rate into the equation. The previous 3 movements are about stability and strength. Mountain climbers add metabolic demand, and metabolic demand is what actually creates the conditions for fat loss. Not spot reduction, which isn't real, but systemic caloric expenditure at a level your body responds to. When you do mountain climbers correctly, your core is doing 2 things simultaneously: stabilizing your spine while your legs drive and keeping your hips level under speed. Done with control, this is a serious athletic movement. Done with speed and good form, it is also a conditioning exercise that will push your heart rate higher than almost any other ground-based movement in this challenge. Here's how to do it. Get into a push-up position. Drive one knee toward your chest, then return it and drive the other. You're alternating quickly, but your hips stay level and your core stays braced throughout. Don't let your lower back drop. Don't let your hips shoot up into the air. Keep the plank position alive the entire time. Week 1, 3 sets of 20 seconds. Week 4, 4 sets of 45 seconds. So here is your 30-day challenge. Dead bug, plank with shoulder tap, hollow body hold, mountain climbers. 4 movements, 0 crunches, 0 spinal compression, and a complete training stimulus that hits every function your core actually performs in real life. Deep stabilization, anti-rotation, full anterior engagement, and metabolic conditioning. Do this every day. Yes, every day. The movements are low enough in intensity that daily training is entirely sustainable, and consistency is what separates the 3% who finish from everyone else who quits at day 8. Week 1, focus on form. Keep your reps controlled and your positions honest. Week 2, add reps. Week 3, you'll start noticing your posture changing without thinking about it. By week 4, you'll feel the difference not just in your core, but in your back, your hips, and how you carry yourself even when you're not training. 3% finish this. 30 days from now, you'll know exactly which group you're in.